years ago, well, cars would be sitting on top of you, and in that far end, it was cleared out a broken rubble. Well, there was no more rubble. The weeds had taken over. So it was just, cars were here because in one sense, it seemed like we had given up. That the schools had decided that this was the best place to park their cars. Some of us had a vision. And I gathered the people, myself along with my very able chief of staff, gathered the people from that development, but we did not forget to bring in that development and, more importantly, the school itself. And we all sat down and said, what would we want to see here? All the arguments were fast and furious. Now, you know and I know if you put 10 Rockaway people together, you get 30 ideas. 2 of them workable, but that's a different story. So we hashed it out and came up with everything, and we came up with an incredible bill, which I am very glad to say that I started, but the person who finished it, of course, will speak in a moment or two, our councilman. So we then had to do a lot of borings and drillings, and we have to thank SCA, School Construction, because there's water underneath you now.
All right.
So they had to figure out how are we going to do all of this without flooding. Then we had to, anytime that you have 2 different city agencies, my God, are you in trouble? The DOE, Department of Education, and they're territorial. They're not in the business of giving up their territory. And the Parks Department, they haven't seen territory that they want to surrender. In fact, they seen territory that they want. So we had to work with them, and I was in the middle of that, and I used to have a big afro at the time. Well, it was bigger, maybe an inch bigger. But we worked it out and we sat down, but there was a spirit of love that was here. A spirit that we have a lot of ideas, but we're gonna make something beautiful happen. There was 1 billion people who said it would never happen. 1 billion people who gave up on it. 1 billion people. Then, of course, Sandy came. Hurricane Sandy came. And it was bad for the home team. If you were here at that time, I hope we should forget boots. You need a boat. So we managed to survive Hurricane Sandy, managed to survive Hurricane DOE, Hurricane Parks Department. We had Hurricane Richards with us. And that's some force of nature. So we were able to bring all of these things together. And I'm glad that I played a small role there. I'm glad that I saw it. And John F. Kennedy is right when he said, people see things the way they are and they say, why? I see things the way they should be and I say, why not? And I encourage all of you people to do the same thing. Instead of seeing things in the community that are not the way that you think they should be, you should take it and say, okay, how are we going to make this happen? Who do I have to gather with to make it happen? You need to see it. And if you see it, don't just say it, be it. You need to be the change that you're looking for, because you know what? After all is said and done, it's for them.
Yes, it is. It's for the baby.
And they look beautiful.
Yes, they do.
They look beautiful. If we remember that all of this is for them, then we won't fight each other so much. We'll turn to each other and not on each other. If we can remember that we're trying to build a legacy, something that generations afterward would benefit from. Now, having said that, I understand that my young people in back of me have said that they want to play on these things. And although I could give you the 3-hour speech that I'd love to, I'm afraid I lose votes, starting with the council members. Be bad if he voted against me. Wouldn't be right. Having said that, my friends, I'm glad that all of you are here. This is your victory. This is not ours. This is not anybody else's. This is your victory. A community that believed and said, you know what? We insist we're going to have a better day. And that day is today, and you couldn't ask for a better day. God bless you.